When a girl is attracted to you, many people make mistakes that ruin the relationship. Constantly sending messages, abandoning your hobbies and friends, overspending, rushing to define the relationship, completely changing yourself. Knowing these mistakes can help you deepen your connection. In this video, through the lens of Stoicism, you'll learn why these mistakes are so damaging and how to avoid them. Mistake 1. When a girl becomes interested in you, this mistake many people make is sending excessive messages and calls. This is a problem that all of us have made at one time or another. You like someone, you want to talk to them, and finally, they've started showing interest in you. During this time, excitement and enthusiasm build within you. But this is exactly where many people make that famous mistake. Constantly sending messages, waiting for every notification, calling to see if they're busy. Think about it this way. When you excessively message or call someone, what message are you actually sending? You're letting them know that you have nothing else to do in your life, that you're completely dependent on them, and most importantly, that you don't have confidence in yourself. Will someone be attracted to a person who doesn't trust themselves? I sent a message but didn't get a reply. Let me send another one. This thought is very familiar, isn't it? But pause at this moment and think, what message are you conveying? You're presenting yourself as someone who has no patience, who is dependent on their reactions, who has no other priorities in life. When you repeatedly call or message, you're actually not respecting their space and time. We all lead busy lives. They might have work, studies, family responsibilities, spending time with friends, or even just wanting some alone time. When they see you trying to contact them repeatedly, they might feel that you're not considering all these aspects of their life. A confident person knows they have their own value. They know that communication should be two-way. If you consistently show more interest than you receive, the balance gets disrupted. Remember, anyone who wants to be in a relationship with you will definitely show it. You don't always have to carry the entire burden of the relationship on your shoulders. You might be thinking, but I'm just interested. I just want to show that I care. This thought is normal, but there's a fine line between showing interest and becoming bothersome. Always remember, the essence of a healthy relationship is mutual respect and independence. If someone takes time to respond to your message or can't answer your call, it doesn't mean they don't like you. They might be busy, their phone might be on silent, or they might not be mentally prepared right now. Whatever the reason, give them space. The most attention should be paid to excessive communication in the early stages. How you present yourself at the beginning of a relationship will create an image of your character in their eyes. Do you want to be that person who messages every hour, or do you want to be that person who has their own life, who values their time and respects others' time as well? In today's digital age, we're used to being constantly connected. We check every notification, see what everyone is doing on social media, and feel like we're missing out if we're not in contact with someone. But pause for a moment and think, is this constant communication really healthy? Is it really necessary? When you refrain from excessive messaging or calling, amazing things start to happen. First, you get time for yourself. You can focus on your work, pursue hobbies, spend time with friends. You can enrich your own life, which will make you a more attractive personality. Second, you're giving them a chance to think about you. When you're not constantly on their phone, they'll notice your absence. This will increase their curiosity about you, create a desire to come back to you. Human psychology is such. We want more of what we don't easily get. You might be thinking, but if I wait, if I don't contact them, won't they think I'm not interested? This is a common concern, but the truth is, the quality of communication is much more important than quantity. One thoughtful, meaningful message is much more valuable than 10 meaningless, "Hi, how are you? What are you doing? A good rule for sending messages is, if you send 2 consecutive messages and don't get a response, then wait. Don't send another message until they respond. This might frustrate you, but it will preserve your self-respect and increase their respect for you. This doesn't mean you're completely cutting off communication. It means you're communicating consciously. When you do send a message, it should be meaningful. Message when you have something to share, when you've had an interesting experience, or when you have a genuine question. Don't communicate just for the sake of communication. The same rule applies to calling. If you call someone and they don't pick up, leave a voicemail, if possible, and wait. Don't call again. If the matter is urgent, send a text explaining, but still wait for their response. Many of us fear that if we wait, we'll lose out, someone will forget us. But the truth is, if someone genuinely likes you, they won't forget you. If someone loses interest in you just because you didn't contact them for a few hours or days, then they probably were never deeply interested in you to begin with. Confidence and patience are important components of an attractive personality. When you message less, it doesn't mean you care less. It means you respect your time and others' time. You understand that in every relationship, both people should have their own lives. So how do you show interest? Make it meaningful when you do communicate. Listen to them. Ask about their interests. Be interested in learning about their life. When you're together, be completely present. Put your phone away. Look into their eyes. Listen to what they're saying attentively. There are many ways to show attraction or interest in someone. Excessive messaging or calling is not the most effective among them. Instead, stay busy with your own life. Understand your own value, and when you do communicate, make it meaningful. Building a meaningful relationship requires independence, time, and space for both people. When you refrain from excessive communication, you actually create the space where real connection can happen. You give them a chance to miss you, to be eager to talk to you. Above all, remember, in a healthy relationship, 2 independent individuals come together who want to enrich each other's lives, but aren't dependent on each other. When you refrain from excessive messaging or calling, you establish yourself as the kind of person others want to spend time with. So, the next time you message someone and don't get an immediate response, take a deep breath. Put your phone down. Do something you enjoy. Live your own life. If they're interested in you, they'll definitely come back. And if they don't, know that you're looking for someone who values your efforts, respects your time, and wants to communicate with you. You don't deserve to carry all the burden of communication. Those who understand their own value, who value their time and space, are the ones who receive respect from others. By refraining from excessive messaging and calling, you establish yourself as a confident, attractive person that others will be eager to spend time with. Start today. The next time your hand reaches for your phone, ask yourself, am I communicating right now because I genuinely have something to say, or am I just trying to alleviate my own uncertainty? If it's the latter, put the phone down. Show confidence and patience. You'll be surprised at how this can make your relationship deeper and more meaningful. Maintaining the balance of communication in this early stage of a relationship can be challenging, but in the long run, it will help you build healthier and more satisfying relationships. Remember, you are even more valuable than you think. Your time, your energy, your attention, these are all valuable resources. Spend them judiciously, only on those who value them. Mistake 2. Many guys make this mistake. When they're attracted to a girl, giving up all their interests, hobbies, and friends. Have you ever noticed what happens when a guy becomes attracted to a girl? Often, that guy starts to completely change himself. He abandons his long-time hobbies, spends less time with friends, and even changes his distinctive habits, all because of his attraction to that girl. Is this really a healthy step for a relationship? Think about it. Today we're going to discuss a major mistake that many guys make when they're attracted to a girl, giving up all their interests, hobbies and friends. In other words, losing their identity. Falling in love is easy, but losing yourself is even easier, especially when you believe that all your attention, time and energy should be focused solely on one person. But how accurate is this belief? I want to tell you a profound truth. The reason that girl was attracted to you in the first place was your complete personality, your interests, your enthusiasm, your emotions, your goals, and your lifestyle. She saw you as a complete individual who had his own life, his own path. But when you abandon all that and start spending time solely pursuing her, you're no longer the same person she was attracted to. Consider this. Many believe that always being with their partner, following their every word, and sacrificing everything is proof of love. But in reality, this is a terrible mistake. It makes you mentally and emotionally weak, takes away your independence, and turns you into merely a loyal follower. Believe it or not, in a healthy relationship, two individuals complement each other. They don't consume one another. They add value to each other's lives. They don't steal each other's identities. Over time, if you abandon your own interests and goals, you'll start to lose your sense of self-worth. And this has a profound impact on your self-esteem and confidence. Because your sense of self-worth and identity is an important source of confidence. We all know that confidence is an attractive trait. But when you step away from your own life and just chase after someone else, your confidence begins to diminish. You become less valuable in your own eyes, and others start to notice this change too, especially the person for whom you've sacrificed so much. If you give up all your hobbies and interests to spend all your time maintaining a relationship with her, gradually the girl's interest in you will begin to wane. Why? Because you're no longer that distinctive, confident, passionate individual she wanted to have a relationship with. Another important aspect is that any relationship needs healthy boundaries. Both you and your partner need your own space and time. You are both separate individuals with different interests and life perspectives. It's important to remember that a healthy relationship is built between two complete individuals who respect each other and add value to each other's lives. Maintaining your hobbies, spending time with friends, and continuing your own activities gives you a balanced personality, which brings new feelings and experiences to your relationship with your partner. When you talk about your hobbies, share stories of fun moments with your friends, or get excited about your goals and achievements, you become attractive. There's fire and enthusiasm in your life, which makes your partner more attracted to you. In long-term relationships, conversation and communication between you and your partner are extremely important. But if you don't have your own experiences, hobbies, or life, what will you talk about? When you have your own interests and experiences, you have a lot to share with your partner. This makes your relationship deeper and more meaningful. Another important point is that your own hobbies and interests help free you from mental and emotional stress. When you're engaged in your favorite activities, you experience mental peace, which helps you be more present in your relationship. It keeps you in a healthy mental state and keeps your relationship free from toxicity. If you give up all your hobbies and interests, your dependence on your partner increases. You gradually start to see your partner as the source of all your happiness and satisfaction. This creates unnecessary pressure on your partner and disrupts the balance of the relationship. Being so dependent on one person isn't normal and is harmful to the relationship. Remember, maintaining your own interests and hobbies isn't bad for your relationship. Rather, it strengthens your relationship. It makes you more attractive and makes your partner more attracted to you. A truth of real life is that when we want something too much, it moves away from us. And when we're busy in our own lives, working for our own improvement and joy, others are attracted to us. This is a strange characteristic of human nature. We want what we fear losing. So if you want your partner to remain attracted to you, maintain your own life, hobbies and interests. Show that you're a complete person with your own identity and goals. This will make you confident and attractive. I understand that when you love someone, you want to spend as much time as possible with them. You want to please them and meet all their needs. But losing yourself in the process is a big mistake. If you lose yourself, you're no longer the person your partner started a relationship with. Over time, you become a yes person who only fulfills others' wishes without any existence of your own. This is not only harmful to you, but also harmful to your relationship. Because as individuals, we all want someone who has their own opinions, interests, and distinct personality. We want someone who challenges us, teaches us new things, and brings new perspectives to our lives. When you give up all your interests and hobbies, you lose the ability to add something new to your partner's life. You become a reflection of their life, a reflection of their interests, a reflection of their preferences. But remember, attraction and love are born from differences, not similarities. We are attracted to those who are different from us, from whom we can learn, who bring new light to our lives. So how do you maintain your own identity, keep your hobbies and interests intact, and at the same time, build a deep relationship? Here are some practical tips. First, alongside spending time with your partner, allocate time for yourself. This could be for pursuing your hobbies, meeting friends, or just spending time with yourself. Time spent with yourself helps you understand your thoughts, emotions, and feelings, which helps you be more present in your relationship. Second, share your hobbies and interests with your partner. Invite her into your world. If you love music, take her to a concert. If you enjoy sports, take her to watch a match. This gives her an opportunity to learn about an important part of your life and deepens your relationship. Third, show interest in your partner's hobbies and interests, but without abandoning your own. You can participate in her hobbies, share new experiences with her, but this doesn't mean you have to give up your own interests. In a balanced relationship, both individuals' interests and hobbies are important. Fourth, spend time with your friends. Your friends are an important part of your life. Don't abandon them. Introduce your partner to your friends, but also spend time with friends separately. This provides you with a social network, which is important for your mental well-being. Fifth, pursue your own goals and aspirations. It's great if your partner supports and encourages you, but don't deviate from your goals even if she doesn't support them. Your life's goals and aspirations inspire you and add meaning to your life. Abandoning them means losing an important part of your life. Sixth, establish a real deep connection with your partner. This means not just physical presence with her, but also establishing a mental and emotional connection. Have deep conversations with her. Learn about her thoughts, fears, and dreams. This makes your relationship deeper and more meaningful. Seventh, establish healthy boundaries between yourself and your partner. Clearly state that you need your own time and space, and this is part of your relationship. A healthy boundary creates respect and understanding between you and your partner. Eighth, remember that a healthy relationship is a part of your life, not your entire life. There are other important areas in your life such as your career, education, family, friends, hobbies and interests. Maintaining a balance in all these areas builds you as a complete person. Ninth, give your partner freedom. Just as you want your own freedom, your partner also wants her freedom. Let her spend time with her friends, pursue her hobbies, have her own space. This is a way of respecting her, and it strengthens your relationship. 10th, remember that you and your partner are two separate individuals who have formed a team together. You both have different emotions, thoughts, and perspectives. These differences enrich your relationship. They are your diversity. Celebrate the differences. Don't try to suppress them. The final word is that in a healthy relationship, both you and your partner encourage each other to improve, grow, and become better versions of yourselves. You support each other's independence and personal growth. This is the foundation of a strong and lasting relationship. Remember, the best way to maintain a healthy relationship is to maintain a healthy self. And a healthy self includes your own interests, hobbies, friends, and goals. Don't make the mistake of losing yourself in the pursuit of love. Because at the end of the day, the most attractive quality is authenticity, being true to who you are. In conclusion, when you meet a girl who interests you, don't rush to abandon everything that makes you who you are. Instead, invite her into your world, show her your passions, introduce her to your friends, and share your dreams and aspirations with her. At the same time, take an interest in her world, respect her individuality, and give her the space she needs. A relationship should be a partnership of equals, not a sacrifice of one's identity for the other. It should enhance your life, not replace it. So, the next time you find yourself falling for someone, remember, the best version of you is the authentic you, with all your interests, hobbies, and relationships intact. Mistake 3. This mistake is trying to prove love through financial proof. That is, giving excessive gifts and spending money. In today's society, there's a dangerous notion that to prove your love, you must spend money. This idea is spread all around us, in advertisements, movies, social media, and even from our friends. Everywhere we see couples dining at expensive restaurants, exchanging costly gifts, or going on incredible romantic trips. But are these luxurious experiences truly proof of love? In fact, trying to prove love through excessive gift-giving and spending is a serious mistake. Let's analyze why this mistake is so dangerous and how it can destroy your relationship. First, when you establish a pattern early in the relationship by giving expensive gifts or covering all expenses, you're unknowingly building the foundation of the relationship on money. Once this pattern starts, it becomes difficult to stop. We often think we're proving our love by giving expensive gifts to our loved ones, but in reality, we're creating an expectation that will become increasingly difficult to fulfill over time. Imagine you're at the beginning of a relationship and you're paying the restaurant bill every time, giving new gifts each week, or buying extremely expensive items for special occasions. This might sound romantic, but what will be the consequence? Is it possible to maintain the expectations you're creating over time? And more importantly, what is your intention behind this kind of spending? Many times, we spend money because we fear that otherwise our partner will leave us. We think that if we don't give them enough proof that we care, they won't believe our love. This subconsciously sends a message that we don't feel secure in our relationship, and we believe that our money is more valuable than ourselves. Another problem with this behavior is that it creates an unbalanced relationship. When one person always gives and the other always receives, it creates an uneven power dynamic. Subconsciously, the person who always gives gifts often feels they are investing more, which can create expectations of gratitude or reciprocation. On the other hand, the person who always receives may feel obligated or indebted. In a healthy relationship, there should be equal exchange from both sides. This doesn't mean that everyone has to spend the same amount of money, but rather that both should contribute. Sometimes you pay, sometimes they do. This balance is extremely important, not just financially, but for the overall dynamics of the relationship. Spending money to spend time with the person you love is a natural and beautiful thing. But the problem begins when you expect that spending to influence your partner or change their behavior. If you think that by spending your money you can buy your partner's attention or love, you're heading into deep trouble. Remember, true love is not for sale and cannot be bought. If your partner stays with you only for your gifts or what you can provide, then they love your resources, not you. And if you think that you can only keep your partner through your spending, then you're not showing respect to your partner and are building a relationship on a weak foundation. So if expensive gifts and excessive spending aren't the solution, what is? Let's look at some realistic alternatives. First, small but meaningful gifts and experiences are often much more valuable than big and expensive things. When you give someone a gift, consider their likes and dislikes, emotions and memories. A small gift that proves you've listened to them and cared is much more valuable than an expensive gift you searched for on Google. For example, if your partner enjoys books by a specific author, a new or rare book by that author could be a wonderful gift. It's not expensive, but it shows that you know about their interests and care. Or, if your partner once mentioned a special place they used to visit in their childhood, organizing a simple picnic there could be much more valuable than a luxurious trip. Second, your time, attention and respect are much more valuable than any gift you can give. Spend quality time with your partner, listen to them, validate their experiences and feelings. When they talk, put your phone away and listen to them. A simple "I'm listening to you" or "I understand what you're feeling" is often much more valuable than anything you can buy. Third, maintain equality in the relationship. This doesn't mean you have to split every expense, but rather that both parties will contribute to the relationship. This can certainly be financial, but it can also be your time, care, or other ways you contribute to the relationship. If one partner always gives money and the other always gives care and thoughtfulness, that can still be a healthy balance. Also, it's important to be honest about your financial limitations. Many people try to impress their partner by spending beyond their means, which eventually brings financial problems, stress, and dissatisfaction. Be honest about your financial situation and stay within your means. If your partner stays with you only because of your money, then they are not the right person for you. To build a healthy relationship, you must understand that true love is unconditional. This doesn't mean you won't give gifts to your partner or spend money on them, but rather that you'll do it without any expectations. You give gifts because you want to make them happy, not because you want to impress them. Finally, love in your relationship is not expressed through dramatic gestures or expensive gifts. It's expressed through small, everyday actions that show you care. When you stand by them on their bad days, when you support their dreams, when you forgive their mistakes, and when you share your life with them. These things express true love. So, the next time you want to show your partner your love, instead of thinking about how much money you can spend, think about how you can most meaningfully express your care and values. The idea of proving love through excessive gifts and spending is heavily promoted by the media and advertisements around us, but in reality, it's a dangerous mistake. True love is not measured by the amount of money, but by how much care, time, and commitment you give. In our society, especially men are often taught that their value is determined by their financial success, and this notion often enters their relationships. Men often believe they can prove their love by spending their money. On the other hand, women often grow up in a society where they are taught that love means spending money and giving gifts. Breaking away from these social expectations can be difficult, but it's essential for a healthy relationship. Be open with your partner about your financial expectations and limitations. Decide together how you'll determine the role of money in your relationship. This can save you a lot of frustration and irritation in the future. Remember, the most valuable gift you can give is your time, attention, and support. These things will last much longer than any expensive gift and will make your relationship deeper and more meaningful. Love your partner just for who they are, not for what they can do for you or what they can give you. And express your love with sincerity and care, not through excessive spending. If you follow this advice, you'll build a healthier, more equal, and more satisfying relationship. Finally, be confident about your own value. You are valuable even without your money, gifts, or material things. Your personality, values, capacity to love, and ability to bring joy to others' lives. These things are much more valuable than anything you can buy. If you remember this truth, you'll never feel the need to prove your love through excessive spending. Reconsider the role of money in your relationship. If you find that you're always paying the bills or giving your partner excessive gifts, ask yourself why. Are you trying to alleviate your own insecurities? Are you expecting something from your partner? Honestly analyzing your intentions will help you change your behavior. In conclusion, find balance in the relationship. Everyone should have the opportunity to give and receive gifts. This enriches life and helps both parties feel valued. By not giving your partner the opportunity to do something for you, you're depriving them of an important source of joy. True love is not found in gifts and spending, but in love, respect, and commitment to each other. If you keep these values in mind, you'll never struggle to prove your love with your money. Mistake 4. This serious mistake is rushing to define a relationship or discussing the future too much. Love stories in modern times aren't as simple as they're often portrayed. Many of us dream of quick and passionate relationships like in movies or TV shows, but the reality is that deep relationships take time to build. Just because someone is attracted to you doesn't mean they're mentally prepared to immediately enter a long-term relationship. To understand this, you need to recognize the difference between attraction and commitment. First, attraction is an initial feeling. It can be physical, mental, or both. Two people may be attracted to each other from their first meeting or conversation. No matter how intense this attraction might be, it's not enough to serve as the foundation for a relationship. Attraction is just the beginning, not the complete story. Yet many mistake this initial attraction for lasting love and make hasty decisions. I know of someone who declared their relationship within just 2 weeks and began dreaming about the future. But because they rushed so much, they didn't take the time to really know the person. Later it became apparent that their life goals, values, and needs were completely different from each other. This could have been understood early on if they had taken some patience to get to know each other. In fact, committing to a relationship means deciding to share a part of your life with someone. This requires not just attraction, but knowing, understanding, and accepting each other deeply. Do you know what their values are? What are their life goals? How do they behave when angry? What are their family relationships like? Entering a relationship without knowing the answers to these questions is like sailing a boat into an unknown sea without a navigator. When we rush to define relationships, we impose an idealized image in our minds onto the real person. We imagine that they might fulfill all our expectations, but this notion is often unrealistic. This creates two problems. First, we don't see the person as their true self, but rather the image in our mind. Second, when reality doesn't match our imagination, frustration and resentment develop. We often forget that a relationship is a journey, not a destination. Defining a relationship doesn't mean the journey is over. Rather, it's just beginning. Before committing to a relationship, you need to know if you and your partner are ready to walk the same path. Ask yourself, do you really know them, or do you just know your idea of them? Many think that if they don't define the relationship or talk about the future, the relationship won't progress. But this comes from a kind of fear. Maybe someone else will come and take them away. Maybe they're not taking me seriously, etc. But decisions made from this fear can never be the foundation of a successful relationship. If a relationship is truly valuable, it will develop through understanding each other, not because of your rush. The most important thing at the beginning of a relationship is taking time and enjoying it. Get to know each other, spend time together in different situations, see how they behave with friends, what kind of relationship they have with family, how they react in moments of pressure. Listen to their opinions on various topics. This time is a kind of exploration where you're seeing how compatible this person is with your life. Another big problem is that rushing to define a relationship creates unwanted pressure on each other. Maybe your partner is still uncertain about their life. Maybe they like you, but aren't mentally ready for a committed relationship. Defining the relationship in such a situation may feel like pressure to them. This pressure can push them away, even though they might have built a beautiful relationship with you if given time. Like other important decisions in life, in relationships too, we should consider what we want and why we want it. Do you want to be in a relationship with someone just because you don't want to be alone? Or do you truly feel a deep connection with this specific person? Find honest answers to these questions. A sign of a healthy relationship is that it gives freedom and opportunity for personal growth to you and your partner. It helps you become the best version of yourself, encourages you to fulfill your dreams and aspirations. If you rush to define the relationship, you might not get the chance to consider these important aspects. Again, many discuss the future too much. They talk about marriage, children, living together, etc. in the first few dates or meetings. This not only paints a picture of the future prematurely, but can also scare the other person. Even if they are deeply attracted to you, such discussions too early can raise doubts in their mind that you might be overly emotional or have unrealistic expectations. Many of us see on social media how people announce their relationships, post pictures of love, and it seems as if they are in perfect happiness, but we don't know what's happening behind the curtain. Inside, they might still not understand each other. There might be various problems in the relationship, but from the outside, everything looks perfect. Seeing such external images, many feel pressure in their own relationships and make untimely decisions. A truly deep relationship is where two people know, accept, and love each other deeply. This relationship builds slowly, on the foundation of trust and confidence. If you enjoy spending time with someone, then enjoy that time. Why the rush to put a tag on the relationship? Enjoy every moment, get to know each other, gain new experiences together. Remember, defining a relationship isn't just giving it a name, it's a commitment. Before making this commitment, you need to know if it's being made with the right person at the right time. In our society, there's often pressure to enter relationships quickly. Friends ask, "So are you two together now?" Family members might hint that they want to see you in a stable relationship, but it's not right to succumb to this external pressure. Move at your own pace. Trust your own feelings and considerations. Many times we think that if we don't define the relationship, we might lose that person. But the reality is, if someone truly likes you and wants to be with you, they will want to spend time with you, whatever the name of the relationship. And if they stay with you only because of an official status, is that relationship really valuable? Many of us forget how valuable the beginning time of a relationship is. During this time, you get a golden opportunity to know each other without pressure, without expectations. Enjoy this time, learn from it. See how compatible you are, where there are differences of opinion, how you handle them. The foundation of a healthy relationship is communication. Instead of rushing to define the relationship, speak openly about your feelings and expectations. I enjoy spending time with you. I want to know you more. I want to see where this goes. Use phrases like these. This will let the other person know that you're interested, but there's no pressure on them. Remember, the foundation of any healthy relationship is mutual respect and freedom. When you rush to bind someone in a relationship, you're unknowingly limiting their right to make independent decisions. Instead, let them decide at their own pace. Give yourself that opportunity too. We all want a meaningful, deep relationship in our lives, but the best way to get that is to be patient, take time, and look for a genuine connection. Waiting can sometimes be difficult, especially when you really like someone, but remember, things that are truly valuable are worth waiting for. If you're currently dating someone and thinking about defining the relationship, ask yourself some questions. Have you seen them in various situations? Do you know their values, goals, and needs? Have you had difficult conversations with them? Have you faced any challenging situations with them? If the answer to these questions is no, then maybe the time hasn't come yet. Finally, a relationship is a journey, not a destination. Enjoy each phase of this journey, don't rush. When the right time comes, both you and your partner will know. A relationship tag doesn't make a relationship successful. Mutual respect, love, and understanding do. So take time to know each other, have fun, spend time together, and let the relationship discussion come through a natural evolution. There are many differences between attraction and a lasting relationship. Attraction is the initial spark that exists at the beginning of any relationship. But a lasting relationship is the fire that continues to burn for a long time, nourished with care, time, and effort. So don't consider initial attraction as lasting love. Remember, a true relationship builds slowly on the foundation of trust and confidence. And building this trust takes time. Just as it takes time to create a beautiful garden, similarly, a beautiful relationship blooms through time and care. Therefore, the next time you like someone and think about a relationship, remember, don't rush, enjoy every moment, get to know each other, and let the relationship develop at its own pace. This is the most certain path to finding a healthy, meaningful relationship. Mistake 5. This mistake is trying to change yourself to become the person they prefer. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you decided to change who you are just to attract someone's attention? Perhaps it's that attractive girl in your class, a new colleague at work, or your friend's friend whom you liked the moment you saw them. When we like someone, we're often willing to do anything to impress them, even completely changing ourselves. You might have noticed that they love football, so suddenly you start watching football too. Or they're vegetarian, so you stop eating meat. Maybe they love singing, so you spontaneously start learning to sing. There are countless examples where we change our tastes, clothing, and even opinions just to catch someone's eye. I want to say from the beginning, there's a significant difference between improving yourself in a relationship and completely changing who you are. Self-improvement is natural, but losing your core identity is never good. If you truly want to build a relationship with them, then that relationship should be founded on honesty and sincerity. If you change yourself to become their ideal person, then that relationship is built on a false identity. This is dangerous for any relationship. When a girl is attracted to you, it's important to understand the fundamental reason. She likes you for your personality, your values, your behavior. She likes you exactly as you are. If you change those core things, the person she was attracted to no longer exists. In this situation, you're not only deceiving yourself, you're deceiving her as well. I've seen many young men who have abandoned their hobbies, dreams, and even friends just to get a girl's attention. I know a guy who played cricket his entire life. But when he liked a girl who was into music, he suddenly quit cricket and started learning guitar. Was this what he truly wanted? Or was he just doing it to get that girl's attention? By sacrificing his own joy and identity, could he truly be happy? The problem with changing yourself is that it's an endless cycle. Today you change your clothes, tomorrow your tastes, the day after your opinions. And then what? Where does it end? Will you cut ties with your family? Abandon your religious beliefs? How far will you go? The consequences of walking this path of self-loss are usually very difficult. You'll gradually feel that you no longer know who you really are. You'll lose connection with yourself, and your self-esteem will slowly erode. When you stop watching your favorite sports or reading your favorite books, you're losing sources of joy. This loss of joy will harm you mentally. Another major problem is that if that girl ever discovers who you really are, she'll feel deceived. Let's say you enjoy eating meat, but presented yourself as a vegetarian to impress her. What will she think when she discovers you actually like meat? She might think you lied to her, that you deceived her. This completely destroys the foundation of trust. Another important aspect is self-respect. If you don't respect yourself, others won't respect you either. Someone who can't maintain their own opinions, tastes and values isn't respected by others. If you're constantly changing yourself according to others' opinions, people will see you as weak and lose trust in you. Another perspective is that if you have to change yourself, you probably aren't right for that special person. If a girl only likes modern music and you prefer classical music, it might be that you two aren't compatible. This isn't anyone's fault, it's just a lack of compatibility. There's a suitable partner for all of us, but to find them, we must be true to ourselves. The most surprising thing is that when we stay true to ourselves, we become more attractive. Confidence is an attractive quality, and when you stand firm in your beliefs and values, you appear confident. When you're clear about who you are, you become more attractive to others. It may seem strange, but a person who maintains their authenticity is usually able to attract others. So what should you do? First, know yourself. It's important to know what you like, what you dislike, what your values are, what your dreams are. When you know yourself well, you won't feel the need to change yourself for someone else. Second, accept yourself. We are all unique. We all have strengths and weaknesses. Acknowledge your weaknesses and focus on your strengths. Third, improve yourself, but for yourself. If you feel you need to make some changes, do it because you want to, not for someone else. Better health, better relationships, better career. Do these things for yourself. Fourth, get to know the person you like. Try to understand them, spend time with them, talk to them. You might discover that you have many similarities that you hadn't noticed before. Finally, remember, if someone likes you, they'll like you exactly as you are. You don't need to change. If you stay true to yourself, you'll attract the right person, someone who likes your authentic self, and that's the real success. Remember, true confidence doesn't come from chasing someone's approval. It comes from honoring who you really are. The moment you stop making these 5 devastating mistakes is the moment your relationships transform. If this wisdom resonated with you, take a moment to hit that subscribe button. Your future self will thank you when you're in a fulfilling relationship built on mutual respect and authentic connection. Drop a comment below, sharing which mistake you've made in the past or how this Stoic perspective changed your approach to relationships. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. The greatest power is to be true to yourself when everyone else wants a different version of you. See you in the next video, where we continue our journey toward becoming the best version of ourselves.